World Cup in Qatar, modern slavery and the last journey of 7,000 expatriates. Qatar is going to host the Football World Cup very soon. The amount of bloodshed in South Asia as well as the sacrifice of fresh life in hosting the World Cup in the desert is not very pleasant for me. Qatar has so far lost the most people to host the World Cup. Most of the people who have died in this huge working situation in Qatar are citizens of South Asian and developing countries. At the same time, the Qatari government has taken the issue of torture of workers to the level of legitimacy. Some chapters on worker death, torture and filth. All these things will come up in our today's video. Stay with us in the full video to find out. And just a few months later, the World Cup, the world's most spectacular sporting event, will be unveiled in the Qatari capital. Qatar is getting ready to welcome the greatest show on earth. You may be on the wave of which country will win and which country will lose in the World Cup. But if you know you have been asked to show the World Cup about 7,000 fresh souls. Will you enjoy the World Cup? What do you think twice before talking about your favorite team? Where Russia spent about 15 billion on hosting the 2018 World Cup, this time Qatar is spending 220 billion. The cost figure has increased 15 times more than the previous expenditure. For the 32 participating teams, there are state-of-the-art hotels and world-class practice facilities. Qatar is not short of millions of supporters. A fan zone the size of a stadium is being built just to watch the game. In all, the sector has cost more than 82 billion. World Cup a few. In addition to increasing the number of flights by air for the smooth travel of millions of people, the country's communication system has changed drastically. In addition to the Doha Metro, there will be several thousand buses during the game. Qatar has set up a separate terminal at the airport for the World Cup. In all, the cost to the sector has exceeded 51 billion. In addition, a large part of the money was spent on the construction of modern stadiums. The project cost the country about 49 billion. The 8 new stadiums are 100% air-conditioned. Modern cooling technology will not only keep the stadium cool, but also keep the air clean. But there is also a side to the reverse side of the coin. There is talk of boundless irregularities, corruption and oppression. There are horrible stories of human rights violations. A special report in The Guardian has come up with a shocking information. About 7,000 South Asian workers have died in the run-up to the World Cup since its inception 10 years ago. According to The Guardian's report, an average of 12 people from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nepal and Sri Lanka die every week in Qatar after winning the World Cup. According to The Guardian's reliable sources and official estimates from countries other than Pakistan, 5,927 migrant workers died between 2011 and 2020. Of these, 1018 Bangladeshi workers died. According to the Pakistani embassy in Qatar, 824 workers have died so far. Not as late as 2020. The death toll among Filipinos and Kenyans, who are far ahead in labor supply in Qatar, is unknown. That's why The Guardian suspects that the exact number of deaths of migrant workers in Qatar is even higher. According to the media, there are 1018 Bangladeshi workers among the death rate workers. Bangladeshi workers MD. Shohid Mia died of electrocution. This accident happened due to short circuit in the water in his house. Now his family has not received any compensation. Shohid's family borrowed money to take his son abroad. Shohid's family members are dying every day as his son dies and he is burdened with debt. Gul Singh Ray from Nepal worked at the World Cup Stadium as a cleaner. The 1,000-pound worker committed suicide within a week. Indian worker Modu Bulapaner's body was found lying on the floor. However, the Qatari authorities have been claiming that these deaths are 70% normal deaths. In the last 10 years, Qatar has undertaken all the unimaginable projects for hosting the World Cup. 8 new stadiums have been built. Along with this, the country is working on many other big projects. New roads and modern public transport system have been introduced, including a new airport. The country has required innumerable manpower for such large-scale installations and development works. South Asian countries like Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka provided this huge number of workers. Most of the migrant workers who have died in Qatar since 2011 went there after the opportunity to host the World Cup in Qatar. At least 38 workers have died while working on a World Cup stadium. However, the World Cup organizing committee continued to report that 34 of them were out of work. These workers went to Qatar in the hope of a better life. As a result, they had to give their lives. They were supposed to work 60 hours a week, but they had to work 90 to 100 hours a week. No leave was given. There are also workers who have not taken any leave for 3 years. Subsequent punishments have been provided for those who have been forced to take leave. At the same time, their salaries have been deducted. A special report by the World Human Rights Organization Amenities International reveals that there are many stories of inhumane exploitation of workers around the World Cup in Qatar. In most cases, the autopsy is not performed. In this way, the real cause of death is suppressed. Qatari government lawyers also suggested an autopsy in 2014 as the number of deaths from heart attacks among expatriate workers increased. But the government did not listen. According to a study by the United Nations International Labour Organization, people have to work in extreme heat for at least 4 months of the year, which is not possible for any human being. A report by The Guardian called it modern slavery. Everyone knows that Qatar bribed FIFA officials to get the right to host the World Cup. It has also been proved in court. The incident revealed the image of corruption in FIFA's inner circle. The World Cup in Qatar will be a great advertisement for the fact that FIFA is a corrupt organization for the time being, that influential officials can be bought with money. Besides, the shadow of this World Cup will disappear at the shiny corner, and the pain of thousands of workers who died due to mismanagement while doing various construction works will remain. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our channel.